This is a true story. In a bustling city cafe, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingled with the sweet scent of pastries. It was the first Tuesday of the month, which meant Elias's open table dinner was about to begin. Widowed chef Elias, who'd lost his wife decades ago, hosted these dinners every month. The idea was simple. Anyone who walked in alone would be seated at his table with a selection of delectable dishes and a carafe of wine. They'd share the meal and conversation with other lone diners, forging connections over the clinking of silverware and the murmur of shared stories. But this month there was only one chair left. 3 people entered the cafe, each hoping to fill it. First came a wealthy food critic, a regular at Elias's restaurant, his sharp eyes scanning the room. He caught sight of the empty seat and approached it, tapping his watch impatiently. "I'll give you $200, he said to Elias, "if I can have that seat." Elias knew the critic's reviews were like gold. One good word from him could make a restaurant weak. So, accepting the bribe, Elias set the critic down. Moments later, a young artist entered, her eyes sparkling with creativity. She saw the critic seated at the table and asked if she could join him, explaining that she was broke and hungry. When the critic refused, she pulled out a hand-painted napkin and pressed it into his hands. "Here," she said, "for being such a nice guy." The critic scoffed, but pocketed the napkin. Elias watched them both, torn. Suddenly, an older man in worn clothes entered, his eyes filled with quiet sadness. He didn't see the critic or the artist. All he saw was the one remaining chair. Elias froze. That photograph, the one the man was holding, it was taken on her very first day at the cafe decades ago. The critic leaned back, impatient. The artist clutched her bag. The old man waited silently, and in that moment, Elias knew what he had to do. He led the old man to the chair and helped him sit down. The critic stood up in a huff, knocking over his water glass. "I paid $200 for that seat," he snapped, but Elias ignored him. The old man and Elias spent hours talking not about the food or the art or the music, but about her, the woman they both loved in different ways. Elias as a husband, and the old man as her music teacher. When the critic left, shaking his head in disbelief, Elias turned to the artist and asked her to stay. Together they spent the night talking about art and dreams, and Elias invited her to paint a mural on the cafe wall the next day. Some seats are worth more than business or beauty, for they're meant for the people who carry pieces of your soul. And that's all for today. See you tomorrow.